Started here. ZU, poor guy. Well, we'll see what we can do about that today. What up across? Not much. You know, just chilling out. Just chilling out. Ready to game. Ready to game. I had a great sleep. I slept for like 10 hours straight. Oh man. It was truly incredible. I woke up feeling like, wow, what was that? So yeah, that should be exciting. Let me just make sure we're live here, because sometimes I'm lied to. It says I'm live, and then I come back in 5 minutes, and okay, but there we go. We are definitely live now. Hello, everybody. So yeah, we're not running Sturdy. We're running Magnet Pull. I don't know what you guys are. No, it's obviously Magnet Pull. So Probopass. It has a really strong body press, but not that strong, right? I think people see this 145 defense and be like, they go a little crazy. They're like, oh, terrifying. They're like, oh my gosh, it's going to body press stuff, and it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy strong. But like, stab is a factor too, right? Like, if we look at body press fighting, like, there are so many Pokemon that have way stronger body presses. Zama's is like strongest of all, and but, like, all of these, I think even Slither, well, probably not Slitherwing is stronger. But, like, there are so many Pokemon with a way stronger body press than Probopass, so it is for trapping purposes that we are running Magnet Pull on this. And there's a lot of hate for this as well. So looks like a lot of people do not believe in Probopass at all. So let me walk you guys through what this Pokemon does. So this Probopass before has done well. It has achieved rank 2 on the OU ladder. So it got to rank 2, and it is basically exclusively with these Pokemon. So here's the idea behind Probopass. I'll kind of walk you guys through it. So you run Body Press, and here's the big thing. Someone asked, well, yes, so the point of Probopass is basically to trap Kingambit. I guess we'll get that out of the way first. Kingambit is, well, one of the most used Pokemon in the tier. And on top of that, it is one of the most matchup polarizing Pokemon in the tier, I guess I would say, for certain Pokemon. There are certain Pokemon that just really, really struggle to deal with Kingambit, and a lot of those sweepers are really threatening sweepers otherwise. So like some Pokemon like DD Curem, Cloyster is another good example of that. Iron Crown, DD Dragapult, Nasty Plot Petulant. There are so many Pokemon that are like really, really good, but they just cannot for the life of them get past a Kingambit. So Probopass opens that up a lot. Probopass, having this on your team, on your Veil, your Hyper Offense team, can or Screens team or whatever, can remove this Kingambit and enable a ton of sweepers. So that's why we're running Probopass. So purpose, eliminate Kingambit, or force Terra. That works just as well. So obviously to someone said Autumn Hill brought his wacky team to rank 2 too. Yeah, but that took like years of playing just that team. I don't think the Probopass guy was playing just this team for years until it worked. So eliminate Kingambit or force Terra. That's the idea pretty simply. And if they don't have Kingambit, function as a Stealth Rocker, General, Defensive Wall, Pivot, etc. Because that's the other thing. Probopass actually has good utility moves. But yeah, anyway, the point is, yes, they can Terra Kingambit, but if you think about it, like that list of sweepers we were talking about, you know, Iron Crown, Petulant. Once Kingambit Terras, Kingambit is no longer nearly as big of an issue. Now those sweepers can get past it. Cloyster, right? A bit like Terra Ghost, now Icicle Spear kills. So, like, yeah, if Kingambit just Terras out of the Magnet Bolt switch, we're fine with that. We are totally okay with that scenario, and we can move on. Now, Low Kick is a bit of an issue. I do believe Kingambit Low Kick completely blows up Probopass. I can confirm, but I'm pretty sure it does. Yeah, so like Low Kick is going to absolutely demolish Probopass, but we have, you know, we're probably going to have potentially Veil up if we try to trap it. And yeah, but yeah, Kingambit does not want a Terra. Yeah, having to blow a Terra due to Probopass sounds like a bad trade. I agree, that's the thing. And the whole team is just going to be stacked with sweepers that don't like dealing with Kingambit, basically. So the idea being one of them is going to force the Kingambit in, at which point you can trap it. We should check how often Kingambit are packing low kick. I don't think it's that often, but we'll see. Yeah, it's like a quarter of the time, which is not bad. And as I said, we can Terra to get out of that, and if we have a screen up, that'll make things easier. Also, this Probopass is not max HP, which is whack. Definitely should be. So yeah, with like a Reflect Up, we can take like an Iron Head into a low kick or a low kick, and then Terra, I believe, and survive the next one. Like 78. Yeah, so yeah, we'd be able to do that just fine. Okay. And yeah, that's the other thing. Someone asked why not, Magnezone. It's because of Stealth Rock. Right, there are going to be many matchups where we don't have Kingambit. There are going to be many, many matchups where we just don't see a Kingambit. It's really common, but it's not, it's at 20, it's on a quarter of teams, not like 70% or anything crazy like that. So that's the really big thing why we're not running this over other Magnet Pull Pokemon, is just that Stealth Rock. And like you could do a Lowland Golem, I guess. I guess we can look at a Lowland Golem, but yeah, Magnezone does not have Stealth Rock, so it's definitely not the play. A Lowland Golem, I guess we can look at. I mean, if we're Jolly Max, like what speed tier do we hit though? Can we actually outspeed Kingambit? I mean, so can we outspeed most. Bognor, thank you very much for the £2, saying great to see the nose goated mon. Yeah. Sadly, Probopass is the worst typing in the entire game. No, they're worse. Like Bug Ice is pretty horrible. SR, does it get like I guess it gets Body Press. Let's get Volt Switch too. Okay, I mean low key guys, we might actually pull up with the Alolan Golem instead. That's interesting. Yeah. Could be interesting. Could be interesting. I mean, I think we'd have to go with, like, let's see what we got on the physical side fighting. I get, like, does Brick Break kill if we ran, like, max attack on this? This is probably worse, though. Probopass is probably better here, I want to say. But honestly, this looks a lot bulkier on the physical side. Let me run a calc on this. Golem. Okay. I have I do have... This is so funny. I already have a custom setting here of a Alolan Golem. That's so whack. So it takes less from a low kick. So it can switch in even with Veil Up, which is kind of cool. But doesn't get the guaranteed kill. I mean, with Helmet, though, it effectively does. It's doing a ton. And we'd probably run Volt Switch over Discharge. Yeah, because I think it's way bulkier than Probopass on the physical side, thanks to that HP difference. But like, let's check. So this is doing, Iron Head's doing 30, like 29.2, versus Probopass, which is taking, wow, like that's a lot more. No, hold on, that's not defensive. What are we doing? Okay, no, it's effectively the same level of bulk. Be a man and run both, Pinka. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, well, what's Probopass's Spit F? Okay, Probopass is a way better special, so we'll probably go with that. I think it's going to be better, but we could try a Alolan Golem. If we're having issues, we could potentially switch. And go with like an Alolan Golem. We could even go like Banded on it, like fast Banded Magnet Pull. So we could like Wild Charge Corviknight and stuff, and get that too. So that could be fun. But anyway, just an idea. So we're going to run Body Press, this, Volt Switch, and Thunder Wave, I think, is the best last. It just cripples stuff, which is really nice. I forget what did they run on Probopass? What did this person run? Did they run that as well? They run Flash Cannon over Volt Switch, I suppose. We'll see. I feel like pivoting and getting in a sweeper is really nice. Kind of gives you a little bit of that, but that's okay. And we'll just do this full defensive. Obviously, power up the body press. Take Kingambit hits better. And I think Terra Fighting makes sense in case we ever do want to try to get that really powerful body press. And its speed is horrible. We might honestly want to make it even lower. Potential changes. We'll put that down. Min speed. Probopass. We couldn't like underspeed everything, but could be nice. So we could like say Thunderwave a Corviknight and still get the slow turn. But then other times we might want outspeed. So I'll just leave it as it is for now. And the next thing is this person ran Grimmsnarl on their team. I personally want to try Ninetales. You know, I think it's... I see the synergy with Grimmsnarl and Probopass, but I think I want to try Ninetales here because I'm kind of itching to try Cloyster as well instead of Kyurem. I'm not a fan of DD Kyurem. I just feel like it's not that great. So I want to try Cloyster plus Ninetales. This, excuse me, this is kind of the starting core. But there was actually, well, I guess I should say not the starting core. There was a Pokemon I was even more tempted to try, and that was DD Dragapult. This Pokemon seems so threatening to me, because if we look at the fairy types in the tier, right, none of these want to take a Phantom Force at all. Like, these guys do not want to do that. And I did say Phantom Force. I'm not a fan of the Terra Blast Ghost sets. I feel like they're just too Terra reliant. And the Phantom Force can be nice sometimes for leftovers healing, even though it does, you know, stall out some screens turns. I think it's still good. And of course, the problem with Phantom Force darts is Kingambit. It's basically the singular issue. Screens DOS also an option. Yeah, so we'll give it up. We'll kind of make a list here. Possible screen setters. We basically have Zamazenta, DOS, Grimmsnarl, Ninetales. I think that's it. No others really come to mind. I mean, we can do a quick check. Light screen, reflect. I think those are the best ones. Oh, there's Dragapult. Right. There's Dragapult. No, we can't do Dragapult. Dragapult if we ditch DD Pult, I guess. Yeah, I'm not running DD Pult with Lorb either. Is this going to be one of those forfeit on preview against stall teams? Nope, never. We never do that here. We're going to find a way. Probably involving a Wellspring, because Wellspring is broken, and there's really no reason not to use it. Will I make a video about Solgaleo? Maybe. Okay. So let's see. Yeah. No, these are the real options. I mean, I guess we can look and see if there's, like, I guess Superior, honestly, is kind of the OG. Something to consider. But yeah. So anyway, let's talk about this. I really wanted to run DD Pult. DD, Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, you know the drill. And I kind of wanted to run Terra Dragon on it, because man, those Terra, like, +1 adamant darts, oh boy. Like, let me show you guys some calcs. We'll go with Choice Band just to get us started. And we'll go, it'll be probably leftovers. So we'll be Adamant Max, +1, Terra Dragon, clicking darts. I mean, that's how much it does against Kingambit, which is kind of wild. But like, what's a random thing we can look at? Sure, let's just like that's how much it's doing to a Gliscor. You do this twice, you're killing Spadef Gliscor. Basically every offensive Pokemon is just getting smoked. I think, like, we can check versus like a +1 Zamazenta to see if they can even come in on this. Like, they're not liking that. Although I think with ID, I think they get past it. Ting Lu, that's a good one to check. Ting-Lu, yeah, you're doing a ton. So yeah, I feel like just +1 like Terra Dragon kills so much that it looks really, really threatening. I think that's worth using. And I wanted to go bulky on this too, which I know is also kind of controversial. But I feel like it's pretty. It could be really, really good. As far as what speed tier I want to hit, part of me is considering just going full HP, throwing it all into HP. And I think I want to start with that. And if we find ourselves like really consistently wishing we had more speed, we can make adjustments. Actually, though, well, depending on we'll decide on speed tier when the rest of the team's here, because I think there's a good chance we end up wanting to outspeed Wellspring. Because you know we need our team to have some speed control. So there's probably a good chance we go for the outspeeding 350. But yeah, this seems like a really strong starting core. And on these guys, I always like, excuse me, not Icy Rock. Light Clay, of course. And I want to go Veil, Encore. I like Freeze Dry, and then I do Snowscape personally. It's just me. But I think Snowscape is really good. A lot of weather going on right now. Shoutouts to Tyranitar. Someone mentioned Tyranitar is now OU, and I didn't see it updated, but now I do. Tyranitar is in OU. Congratulations to the T-Tar Glazers. You guys are keeping the dream alive. Does it deserve to be OU? Maybe. It's having a kind of a good time in the metagame right now. It may stay in OU. I kind of don't think it will. But it might. Could be wrong. Anyway, though, let's continue with this team. I think you kind of need a Great Tusk. Just to remove. So, well, let's first, before we go down this hole, let's make a list of all the Pokemon that really like Kingambit being dead. Abusers that love Kingambit dead. So there is Darkrai, Pecharunt, DD Curem. I guess I should say NP. Pecharunt, NP, Darkrai. Cloyster. I don't need to say Shell Smash in front of Cloyster. You guys know. Dragapult. I guess NP Gholdengo, but low-key Gholdengo has no issues anyway. Gholdengo has no problem. Just like Terra Steel, like one shot it can Gambit after a Nasty Plot. Or just turn into like a water type and Nasty Plot up more. Or a fairy type or whatever. Yeah, Scizor dropping was surprising. I think it's still very good. I stand by Scizor, for sure. I'm so glad to hear my videos have helped you through many a boring day at work. Let's see, what else? Oh, Iron Crown, of course. How could we forget the original ones? I guess we'll put the original abusers from the original team here. Sinistra. I don't really want to use Sinistra. I feel like there are probably stronger options, but we'll put it on the list. Yeah, I think we got the original. We got the original support. Galarian Moltres. I suppose. Particularly Double Dance Iron Crown is the one that was used on the original team, and I think would fit here well too. The problem is I don't want Pokemon that are going to get farmed by Ting-Lu. Because a lot of these, like Iron Crown, it's like, sure, you can trap Kingambit, but you know, the Ting-Lu is still going to destroy you. Yeah. Same thing with NP Darkrai. It's like Ting-Lu. I don't want to have to run Ice Beam. You know, if I'm running Darkrai, I ideally want it to be like Nasty Plot, Dark Pulse, Sledge Bomb, Wisp. I think is a super, super good set. But yeah, so I'd really like to run kind of like a physical spam is the vision I have, at least. Problem is I'm not really seeing a good way that I could fit a poison type onto this team, which is a bit of a struggle. But I guess we can kind of just see how it goes. Should Solgaleo be OU? I think so, but I haven't been playing on the ladder, so probably there's someone better than me to answer that question. Oh yeah, please do remember to like the stream if you're enjoying, by the way. Helps out a lot. All right. Any other sweepers that you guys can... I guess Kingambit itself. Kingambit, particularly like Terra Ghost, bulky Kingambit, hates other Kingambit, so that's honestly... that's kind of one. Terra Ghost and Fairy. Both kind of like being bulky and not having to deal with other Kingambit being around. Let's see. NPDOS, I suppose, is another one. The Spinning Frog is optimistic, saying this is so tough, trust. I hope you're right. I hope this is tough. Saraledge, kind of, I guess. I guess Saraledge. It doesn't really care, but I guess it likes it. I guess it sort of likes it. No, Greninja does not care. Greninja can get past Kingambit. It's got Surf, it's got Water Shuriken, it resists both stabs. No, it's fine. I think we're into the realm of pretty gimmicky sweepers that we really should not be using anyway, so I think we probably move up from here. Fast Hat. I guess honestly sort of Fast Hat. Use Okie Dokie. That doesn't care about Kingambit being gone at all. Now we're probably going to run something that doesn't care about Kingambit being gone. Like we probably, for hazard situation, we either need a Tusk or a Treads. But yeah. I don't know, we'll see. Double Dance Latias, I think it's so cheese. I guess I'll put it down here. But I think it's so cheese. Double Dance Latias. Like, you just face any Pokemon with Roar, and it's like, well, we tried. Pack it up. Go on home. Okay. Let's see. Which of these are going to actually fit onto a team is really the big key. I feel like we might have to go... The original team, this team ran an Assault Vest Great Tusk, which was just kind of, gave the team a special wall, which we don't really have at the moment. So that's another thing that Grimmsnarl's good for. It kind of actually gives defensive support, which Alolan Ninetales honestly really doesn't. But I think my wish list is, if we could do this... If we could do this, it'd be great. But this definitely has some issues. Like, Toxic Spikes are an absolute nightmare. And we don't really have any special wall, so, like, a Dragapult just totally farms. No fairy resist. Well, like low-key, but no real fairy resist. Is pretty rough. Hates hazards too. It would have to be an HDB Tusk. I wonder if this is taking advantage of Probopass enough, though. I feel like it kind of isn't. It said Zama Farms. Very true. Very true. Zamazenta's unforgivably bad here. We probably want a Pecharunt then, right? But how to fit it? Because giving up Ogerpon is such an L. Like, that's not how you want to play this game. Revavroom's a quad fairy resistant, a poison type. Yeah, that's the answer. That's what we needed. It's a Revavroom. Like, we could go Peturunt over Tusk. Oh, no, that wouldn't really work either, because then we get... Well, Raging Bolt isn't necessarily the biggest issue if we have the other team members that we do. Yeah, Hatterene is one idea, but kind of counting on that to make our whole hazard situation work isn't great. Now, ID Corv doesn't farm, because no Corv runs ID and Body Press. I mean, excuse me, ID and Brave Bird. So we can just set up on it with Dragapult. No, I don't think Protective Pads is underrated. I think it's generally just not worth using. Just hope you don't get statused. There aren't that many contact Pokemon in the metagame that Protective Pads is a good idea on a lot of Pokemon. Is Cloyster a fraud? I don't think so. Yeah, I get the just slap on a special attacker idea, but it's got to be over something. There is one vision I see where we go Peturunt over Dragapult. It's kind of sad, but I see that as a possibility. And then it would be a booster speed Tusk. So this is one possibility. I'd really like to keep Dragapult around, though, because I feel like it's awesome. Do stall teams run Clefable that often? I feel like every stall has, I mean, Dondozo, I guess. What's a good Pokemon to check to just get the vibe of current stall teams? Not often, not that often, Clefable. I'm just wondering if we can count on Dragapult to break stall, if we can force the Dondozo to Terra. That's sort of my idea. Well, no, because the Dondozo might Terra Grass, right? There's nothing saying it'll Terra Dragon for sure. Yeah, because it turns into a grass type. It's mostly Dragon, which is good, but we can't count on that. That's the thing I like about the Cloyster Ogerpon chorus. You can force the Dondozo to Terra into a type that resists Ivy Cudgel, and then Cloyster goes to town with Icicle Spear, which is really nice. I wish Cloyster learned Icicle Spear. I would totally run it, but it's a real shame it doesn't. But I think we do need removal on this team. I think we do need a Tusk. Or we need something, at least. We could go like the Mousehold route. I guess we could go the Quaquaval route. I feel like Tusk is probably the right answer, though. It's just, I mean, it's a Tusk. It's really good. I guess if we wanted to keep this around, we could go Treads. Which is not bad at all. Kind of surprised I didn't see that. Does that have any issues? I mean, still doesn't like... We'd probably have to go booster speed on Tusk, because this team still does not like Dragapult. But this gives us something better. Go like Naka. This at least gives us a poison immunity, so we can rapid spin without it being a total nightmare. People in chat telling me Cloyster gets Icicle Spear. Guys, trust me, I know. I do know that Cloyster gets Icicle Spear. If there's ever a day where I don't know Cloyster gets Icicle Spear, you gotta wheel me to the hospital, because what I'm saying is I'd run both. I'd run Icicle Spear, Freeze Dry, Ice Shard, Shell Smash. I'd run a full ice move set. It would, like, destroy Toxapex, destroy Dozo, destroy Mola. It'd be so cool. I totally would run it. Oh, did I say it didn't get Icicle Spear? Yeah, no, I meant it doesn't get Freeze Dry. If I said that, that's definitely not correct. Oh, right, it was Zama. Zama was the issue. I'm tripping. Zama was the problem. So, okay, so the Peturunt version does fix the Zama farming issue. This does not fix the Zama farming issue. So that's what it was that was getting us. So let's see if there's anything. I'm sorry, I was scatterbrained there. How can we fix that? Oh, I said I wish Cloyster got Icicle Spear. Okay, my bad. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Pull up with the Bramblecast. No one's gonna see that coming. Why don't you go Mixed Kyurem over Cloy? That is definitely not fixing the Zamazenta problem. That is the illusion of fixing the Zamazenta problem. In reality, it will not help. Okay, here's then the idea. What if we just go Deoxys Speed? Right? That kind of helps. And we can go like a special Treads, maybe. Is that enough? Probably not, honestly. That's probably not enough. That's probably not enough. Yeah, we need something else. Or it could be like DD Wisp Pult. That seems kind of lame, but I guess it could be. But if we're DD Wisp Pult, it's like, what's the point in Probopass being here? You know? I want to have something that takes advantage of Kingambit and stops Zama, which it looks like it has to be Pecharunt. Pecharunt will be kind of my version of Sinistra on this other team. But I really want to fit in DD Pult. But it just doesn't seem that feasible. How much? Okay, let's run a calc here. How much is Dragapult doing to Dondozo? What if we ran like Dragon Fang? No, I don't think Kyurem is generally better. I think if I thought Kyurem was better, I'd be running Kyurem on all these teams. I think Cloyster is super underrated and really, really threatening. I guess there is the Hatterene route. We'll do it. I'll say it. I think if we have like a taunt lead, like something like this, or like it'd probably be a Grimmsnarl if we're going to go this route because of how scary Dragapult is. If we have like a taunt Grimmsnarl plus a Hatterene, we can probably count on that for our hazard situation. And go with a Hatterene. I think this works. So let's see. We'll call this... call this V1. Waiting, loading. Call this V2. I think that works. I don't think there's anything we defensively forgot there. Doesn't love Scizor, to be honest, but it's not the end of the world. And if Cloyster's not performing well, we can just get rid of it, right? It's not the end of the world. Also, viewership is amazing. Please remember to like the stream if you're here. Let's see if we can like break a record today or something. That'd be pretty cool. If Fast Hat steals this stream too, then gotta do a Fast Hat stream. I don't think the meta is ready for it. Nobody is. Can one be ready for Fast Hat? I think not. I think not. What about T-Spikes? Yeah, we're just going to count on Taunt plus Hatterene to deal with T-Spikes as well. And then I think we can do a V3 without Cloyster. Where we go... wait for this to load. Probably Ninetales again. And we go Pecharunt over Cloyster. And then Booster Tusk with, yeah, like Booster Treads. Or would Booster Tusk fit better? This team could be Grim plus Tusk or Hails plus Treads. Mix and match. I think both are pretty valid here. Fraudzor. Don't call it Fraudzor. Scizor is not a fraud. It is very, very good. Yeah, there are a lot of screen setters that I could see working here. Let's first try the one that has both of the Pokemon I wanted to fit onto this team, Cloyster and Dragapult. And we'll see how we feel about that. We'll see how we feel about that. There are so many Hatterene sets we could go, but I kind of want to go Fast Hat. Well, but is it worth running Cloyster when we don't have Veil? Like, losing Veil sucks for Cloyster. So maybe we don't go with that one first. Let's go with this one. Well, no. I really want to start by trying Dragapult. So let's make that happen. We'll start with this. As many doubts as I have, we'll start with this. Are you going to stop loading? There we go. Taunt Reflect. We could go Parting Shot and go no attacks. I think we go Spirit Break. I think it's pretty good. Light Clay. We might shift Taunt for Parting Shot. P-Shot over Taunt. Let's make a note on the team. P-Shot over Taunt. Could be what we go with. And I think we go specially defensive on this. Kind of no question about it. We've got a physical wall. We got a special wall. And yeah, minus special attack is fine. We'll keep this speed. I don't think we really need to be super fast. I like Terra Steel on these guys. Just generally, it's pretty good. I guess we can go Poison, help us absorb T-Spikes, and get out of some weaknesses. That seems pretty good. Yeah, Probopass fighting seems fair. I do want to go Dragon on this. We probably do want to outspeed opposing Ogerpon. So I'll go with that. It kind of hurts to lose that much HP, but we're still pretty bulky. And yeah, we'll go... Do we want to go Clear Body or Infiltrator on this? I feel like we want to go... But that's the Clear Body will get us past Pecharunt too, which is pretty nice. Past Pecharunt, past Lando. On the other hand, Infiltrator, well, but this bypass screens already. No, Phantom Force doesn't bypass screens. I'm just thinking for the opposing screen matchup. Let's go with Clear Body, and we'll see how we feel about it. There's so much utility in. Well, let's go with Infiltrator. We can change if we actually webs. I'll keep switching around, but I think we'll go Clear Body. And then Cloyster, the best set by far. Never Melt Ice. You guys get ready for this one. Shell Smash, Ice Shard, and Substitute. I think Substitute is super underrated. Huge stall breaking potential because you can sub up on Toxapex that only have like Poison Jab or maybe even a no attacks Toxapex, and you can just actually beat it 1v1. You can beat the Toxapex 1v1 easily with just Terra Ice Icicle Spear doing way too much, PP stalling the recovers with no problem because you have 48 PP on this thing. And then if Dondozo is already Terra'd, your Cloyster just beats it. So yeah, pretty cool. Cloyster, we could probably optimize the EVs on this to make it a little bulkier, but I guess we should. How fast does a Cloyster need to be, right? I mean, it's not that fast, so it's probably going to be... I mean, let's check. Cloyster, Goldengo. Do we outspeed Scarf Goldengo when we're at +2? That's probably one we want to keep. Outspeeding Scarf Lando, I don't feel like is that important. Are there any faster Scarfers to consider? I guess Hisuian Samurott is a little bit faster. Actually, I guess Great Tusk is a good one. Great Tusk is a good one to outspeed because that's going to be 450. So we can EV to outpace that. 200. Okay, sounds good. 200, that lets us put a nice little bit into HP. Because that is a terribly low HP stat, so that'll help the defense. Where'd you get? Oh, is that Lyra? We got Lyra in chat. The sub idea, maybe it did. I can't remember. It kind of just came to me because I was like, wow. I think it was after getting salt cured by a Garganackle that made me want to do that. Speaking of Garganackle, oof, we might want to go Cloak on Hatterene. Might be good. Might be good. Let's see. Sub, Horn Leech, Ivy Cudgel, and SD. The classic. Got that going. Dragon, Ice, Water. So yeah, because we have no immunity to Nuzzle, that's pretty bad. And like even like stuff like Mortal Spin from a Glimmora seems like kind of a nightmare. So there are a lot of reasons that I could see going with this set here. Yeah, Cloak Hatterene does make some sense here. I wonder if we want to go with a supporting Hatterene set, or... But if we want to go Fast Hat effectively... What are my thoughts on the Never Melt Ice to keep drinks cold? I wish this existed in real life. It'd be great. Although I'm actually, weird take, I'm more of a room temperature drinks kind of guy. I don't really like anything to be... there are very few things I want to be hot or cold. I kind of just like things room temp. Aatrot looks super scary. This is why I feel like we might need like real removal, because Aatrot does look absolutely horrifying here. There really aren't any Rapid Spinners that can help with Zama, are there? I don't want to put like a Defog Wheezing on here. That sounds terrible. Yeah, there really aren't. But yeah, you're right. Aatrot is an absolute nightmare. Like everything has to deal with spikes too. Every single Pokemon being grounded is devastating. Is there anything we can do to fit on a Tusk here? Is there any screen setter that can like really consistently put down Zama, that can allow us to do this? Not really. Dragapult and Dio are kind of the only options for that. I guess we could run like a... Well, no, you can't count on like a Psycho Boost DOS to deal with Zamazenta because that's your lead, that's your screen setter. You can't preserve it. And Zama's a late gamer. So yeah, it's just setting ourselves up for failure if we do that. Dual screen hat. No, that's not... You gotta have your screen setter be fast. A slow screen setter is like a horrible, horrible mistake. Yeah, I know screens was pulp, but the whole point is I really wanted to fit trying like Dragapult and Cloyster on the same team. That's like the whole point of this. Screen soft-boiled clef time, baby. Yeah, that's it. That's for sure what we need. No, we're not banking on Terra or a Kingambit for it to do anything, because it's still just a defensive wall with Stealth Rock and Volt Switch. The value of which is very real. Yeah, I think we have to go with the Tusk or Trez version. Let's just try Cloyster and Dragapult individually. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit them together. We'll start with Dragapult. And the question is, do we go Tusk or Tails or Grimmsnarl and Treads? What's the play here? We'll start with this. We'll start with this. Actually, let's just copy from the other team so we don't have to... We don't have to copy a ton of stuff. So it'll be Ninetales, Pecharunt. Oh. Freeze Dry, Encore, Snowscape. And Aurora Veil. Actually, we should have that first. It's going to bother me. Aurora Veil, Encore, Freeze Dry, Snowscape. We'll go water on this is fine. 248 for the entrances on rocks. A little bit more defense in there. Yep. There's that. And then we'll go Treads. Booster Energy. EQ. Ice Spinner, Rapid Spin, and we could go like knockoff. We could go something interesting like Supercell Slam if we want to hit some stuff. Probably we just go knockoff is fine. We don't have anything else clicking knockoff, so I think that's good to have. And we don't really need all this speed, do we? It's like speed tying Enamorous, which is basically useless. We can go 330. Is okay. Gives us a little bit to put into HP. We'll go Ice on this, I suppose. Actually, kind of like Dark a little bit better. Dark, whoops. There we go. Gives us a resist Dragapult at least. Could also go normal, just to become immune to Specs Pult. I think we go probably Fairy. I'm considering Dark or Fairy on Pecharunt. I feel like we could go Terra Normal on the Lola Tails would actually be good here because of our, potential little Dragapult problem. On this, we, of course, go that same set. Fighting still looks good there. We could go Terra Normal and Probopass too, if needed. We'll go Leftovers. Nasty Plot. Could end up switching it to Balloon, but I think we'll start with Leftovers. Malignant Chain. Shadow Ball. Recover. And just a speedy... not that. Just a speedy HP invested set seems fine. To Terra Dark or to Terra Fairy? That is the question. Probably Fairy, so we can't get Draco Meteored. There's the DD Pult. No Wellspring. I think the whole team's ready to go. I think the squad is ready to roll out. Doesn't this team look weak to Scarf Gholdengo? Like, kinda. Not really, though. Terra Ice to get a defense boost in the snow. Kind of, I guess. It's a possible application. Yeah, and as far as breaking stall goes, it's going to be mostly counting on Pult to pressure. It's mostly going to be counting on Pult. Pult and Wellspring. If Wellspring can force a Dozo to Terra, then we're kind of all set there. But yeah. Anyway, this Treads could turn into a Tusk. We could do that. Zero Ghost Resist? Yeah, I know. You can't have everything you want on a team, Winawa. Try to build a screens team that has no defensive holes and just works super well, and everything just works really nicely together. Yeah, we have a ground resist, and Tails can pressure ground types. Yeah, like, as I said, Winawa, super easy to just, like, poke holes in teams. Be like, there's this problem, there's this problem. Find me a screens team that is just like, you're like, wow, this just like covers everything defensively and it's really looks good and it's really solid and it's like, yeah, like, no, you're not going to find it. You have to have teams that have a little, especially hyper offense teams. It's acceptable as long as you've got a really potent offensive core. It's acceptable to have issues. No prio is pretty bad though. I did forget about the prio. Add prio. Hopefully. Some screens teams can get away with no prio, but it's not fun. Nasty Plot Patch can also kind of break stall. Not really. No. Like, sort of, I guess, if your opponent has... like, doesn't have a Blissey. It's not really. HF. Okay, let's see how this goes. So we are, what's our elo? What are we at? Like 1864. Okay, so we've got a decent elo for testing. We do see a Gambit immediately, so that's good in a way. I do think I just want to start with Ninetales. That looks fine. We got someone who knows us, which is cool. Bit like 200 elo below us. Weird, because we did not search for that long. We immediately get someone 200 elo below. But okay. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we used to have Cloyster with Ice Shard. Now we don't. Let's Veil up. Hopefully this does not hit us with like a Scarf Sludge Wave or something. It's happened to me before. It's pretty tragic. Okay, Meteor Beam. That might kill. I don't think it'll kill. Okay, they missed. That's really lucky. That is really, really fortunate. Happy to see that. Very happy to see that. Should just be going into Treads here. And I think we can click Ice Spinner. Like, there's no way. Yeah, I'm like there's no way. There's no way you just stay in and, like, be like, yeah, I'm just going to eat this. We can Rapid Spin here. I don't think you go into Pult. I'm expecting probably a switch to Wellspring. Okay, Kingambit. That works. And you don't stay in here either. Like, I refuse to believe you stay in here when there's a Probopass on the field. So I think you're probably aiming to get your Kingambit back in. Excuse me, your Landorus back in, if I had to guess. Could be just a Wellspring switch as well. I think in both cases I like Dragapult. Yeah. There's the Clear Body, beautiful. And, just throw off a Darts. If they go into Ival, we can go into Pecharunt. But I figure Darts here is just a generally solid play. Clear Body coming in handy there. And there we go. We take out the Landorus. Beautiful. They must have high GXE. Sometimes accounts will get matched out of their visual elo if they have high GXE. That sounds like really unfair, because then you just get like, yeah, okay, we'll go into treads here. It's probably the sack. Draco Meteor. Okay, that turned out well. I'm expecting Wellspring comes in here, so I'm going to go into Tails. Cool. And we could... I think Veil is probably the right play. I'm tempted to just throw off a Freeze Dry, but Veil seems like the right play. Yeah, but this player is playing pretty well. But yeah, that's kind of unfair, because then it's like, oh, we'll make you face like a... Okay, I'll click Freeze Dry then. They're like, okay, we're going to make you face a good player with... like, sorry, let me say this right. Like, yeah, we're going to make you face a good player, because we can tell they're good because they have high GXE. Yeah, I was totally down to click Freeze Dry again. I don't know why my opponent did that there. Okay, they click Ivy Cudgel, we kill the Ogerpon. Yeah, like, you didn't have Meteor Beam. I don't, you know, your Meteor Beam power was consumed, so I had nothing to really fear from this Glamora. They rarely run Power Gem, which is weird. I think they should, but they rarely do. Yeah, I will say, all the Ghost weaknesses is pretty rough. Okay, it's going to be Flamethrower this time. Kind of tempted, because it's got to be Specs. You have to be. We could just go Wellspring here, Terra Water, and hit something with a Cudgel. That sounds pretty good to me. I don't really see any flaws with that plan. So let's do that. But yeah, Specs Pulp might be too much of an issue. If it is, we can switch out for Grimmsnarl. Specs Pult too problematic. Might be. Would Mousehold work? Appreciates Kingambit dead and gives us hazard control a bit. Yeah, I thought about Mousehold. That is an option too. Problem is with Mousehold is just... Okay, cool. We don't get the kill, which is fine. We were likely to get the kill, especially with critical hits. That's a little bit annoying, but it's not a big deal. We can just go into Petrun here. Yeah, Spirit Break, fine. I'll just throw off a Shadow Ball. Yeah, we do get the confirmation this is a physical Eval, so that's good to know as well. Okay, there we go. Go for that. Probably it's time for Probopass to come in, right? Yeah, I figure it's time. Let's see. See what you got. SD. It's Body Press. Let's hope it's not Low Kick. Or do we T-Wave is another... No, I think we Body Press. Let's force the Terra. Okay, it's going to be Terra Ghost is what we see come out. Okay, fine. It's T-Wave here. Okay, they're getting greedy with it. Fair enough. We can get up rocks, I suppose. So now our play is, I think, just to spam Substitute with Dragapult and go that angle. Yeah, Phantom Force won't kill, but it'll do a lot. And then we have Terra Fairy Petrant to polish it off. And that should get us to a win with Wellspring. So let's do that. Okay, immediately failing the Sucker Punch. Good. Actually, I feel like we can DD here is probably the better play. Yeah. Because what are the odds they like don't get parried or miss a prediction again? And now we actually do kill, which is the nice part. Yeah, the double para was definitely fortunate for us. But okay, so we're not guaranteed, but we're likely to kill here. I don't think we try to push this any further. So I will just click Phantom Force. Very nice. They go for the Cow Toe and miss. So we're looking really good at this point. They Sucker Punch. It of course misses because that's how Phantom Force works. We do not get the roll, but at this point we just click darts. The reason we don't click Phantom Force is they could Sucker and then switch out. So we actually do click darts here, and then that'll be GG. But okay, we got it. That was good. That was good. That was good. Pult did well. I liked the paralysis element there. Makes me think kind of maybe T-Wave spam could be interesting. T-Wave spam with like Probopass. You know, what else? Like Probopass, like Grimmsnarl / Serp, Nuzzle Hat even, maybe. So yeah, that could be interesting because Dragapult really did like the para there. Okay, cool. Good start. Probopass did what it was supposed to do, you know? I will say, I think our team really struggles with Kingambit otherwise, which I don't love. I feel like we really counted on Probopass there, but it might be okay. The lack of priority is still bugging me. I really would love to be able to fit in... I really would love to be able to fit in a Cloyster here, but I just don't know how to do it. Yeah, I just don't know how to do it. Yeah, because we can't go... it's so tricky. It's so tricky. It might just be having a ditch Pult, but I feel like Pult's good. So if Pult keeps performing well, we maybe just don't have a Cloyster, but we got to figure out something else probably for priority. Otherwise, we're probably smoked there. I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, but I'll be back soon. All right, let's see what we got here. Bat team looks like... Actually, oh, I think I know this team. I think I know this team. I wish we had a Cloyster here. I appreciate it. Okay, we got someone saying not stream sniping, which is good to know. So yeah, this is a team with a Banded Terra Ghost Pult, a weird Wheezing with like Protect, Toxic Wisp, Strange Steam. But yeah, CB Pult, I believe Infiltrator, so we do have to be aware of that. CB Terra Ghost Infiltrator is pretty rough here. And yeah, Corviknight is... I can't remember exactly what I think it's Brave Bird, specially defensive. And the Curem is sub Terra Steel with Flash Cannon. So that's sort of what we're getting ourselves into here. I don't exactly know how I want to start this game off. I think we just lead with I think we can just lead with Tails and kind of see where it goes from there. They are going to just start off with Dragapult, fair enough. CB Terra Ghost, Blast Ghost, I don't believe is killing us here. We can double check that. Fast Band, yeah. Yeah, we're not dying, so that's probably okay. We could Terra right now and be like, okay, let's do this, but I don't think that's the right play. Honestly, we low-key kind of win with Pecharunt is another thing. So I'm just going to start off with Veil. They're going to U-turn, fair enough. Let's confirm that damage. Yep, that is indeed banded, as I suspected, so probably no modifications to this team. Oh, it's Def... No, you're right. It has no Strange Steam. It's Defog, so it can't touch Dragapult. So I feel like we just go hard Pult here and start DDing and then kind of win. Because I don't think this thing can touch us. Okay, yeah, like it can Ruination, but it can't... EQ is doing... Actually, okay, it can kind of touch us. But it's fine. Like, this is still, I think, pretty threatening here. Oh, but it's DD. Oh, but it's special. I don't know. Maybe I was hasty going into Dragapult, but I feel like we at least do a lot, like, threaten our opponent big time here. Yeah, we can at least get a ton of chip on this, which will be really, really good for Pecharunt. The two EQs will do it. We could Terra Dragon, which would get this thing to it KO'd. Is that worthwhile to kill this Tinglu? I kind of think it is. But I do want the Terra Fairy as well for... Well, Kyurem's going to outspeed us anyway, so it's kind of tricky. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Okay, now we sub up. Hopefully they didn't add Strange Steam to it. That would be really bad if they added Strange Steam to it. But we could be, like, really, really in a good spot here if they didn't add Strange Steam to it, which this team does not have. This Weezing has no attacks if it's the set I think it is. Okay, this is looking good. We DD? Please don't Strange Steam me right here. Okay, they're clicking Defog. Yeah, this is looking good. DDing again. Oh, yikes. Yeah, okay. I think I was... Yeah, I probably shouldn't have brought in Paul, although, in my fairness to me, I did not expect them to click a Ruination there. When I came in, I thought they were going to try to get up rocks. So I guess I should have been ready for that. So this is a specially defensive Corviknight. Why is this set showing defensive? What is like sassy? Sure, we'll put that in. And 0. Phantom Force has a chance to kill. The question is, do we DD again and then go for the guaranteed kill with Phantom Force? Or do we go for the Phantom Force and just go for the kill? That is the question on the table. I think that depends on Kyurem. So Kyurem already dies, guaranteed to Phantom Force. Does Tinglu die to darts? It does not. But we wouldn't have to take a hit. I think we DD again. And I think we Phantom Force. Oh, I kind of made a mistake. No, we should have DD'd for sure, because now we can get... now they could go into Tinglu on us here. They could go into Tinglu on us. So yeah, that was actually a pretty big mistake on my part. But okay, they didn't go into Tinglu, so we're good. But yeah, that was a pretty big mistake on my part. Also, it could be they changed this to defensive, because this is not what that team had before. This is not what that team had before. So maybe I should have just clicked darts. I was assuming they wouldn't change anything. But let's see. Yeah, oh boy. Okay, we might die here. Oh, come on! The critical hit! That wouldn't have killed otherwise! Dude! Okay, so we just lost there to a critical hit. That we would have absolutely beaten that. That's terrible. Okay, we lose now. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Critical hit body press. Actually, no. I'm being dumb. It would have been Impish, so it would have killed us. Absolutely should have just attacked through the sub. That was really bad. Yeah. My bad. I thought this was... I mean, in all fairness, I was judging based on what was specially defensive, but I should have just attacked the thing. It was bad call. Let's go into treads here. We can knock some stuff off, I guess. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. We'll go into tails. Bail up. And probably get going with Pecharunt is, I think, our best play. But yeah, sub-Q can just stall us out. Ton of bad things that could happen to us at this point. Going to Pecharunt here. Nasty plot. They might Wisp us, which would be pretty smart here, just to get us chipped down, because this is probably the biggest threat to their team. I'm nasty plotting up. Let's Malignant Chain. Still doing 0, which is crazy. We've really got to get this thing poisoned. Okay, that's good. We're going to recover here. This thing does have rest is the problem. But I think we got to get a drop with Shadow Ball, right? Doesn't have Sleep Talk. We got to get a drop. Pecharunt, you got to get a drop, dude. Pecharunt, what are you doing, buddy? You gotta... Come on, Pecharunt, dude. You couldn't even get... Couldn't get a drop or a Malignant Chain. You are kind of trash for that one, Pecharunt. Alright, Malignant Chain again. Come on. Okay, there we go. Please get confused. Okay, didn't get confused. Come on, Pecharunt. There we go. Finally, buddy. You did it. Okay. Okay. Now we can go for this, which is good. And we can finish you off with a Malignant Chain. And no! You didn't die! Pecharunt, how did you not kill that thing? Okay, well, alright. This is something. I guess all we need is Shadow Ball at this point, so we can go for killing with 3 of these. Please, you better kill Pecharunt here. Don't pull up with the lowest ever roll. Good. Okay. Good, good, good. Yeah, we have a 50% chance to die here, it looks like. Which is, you know, not horrible. Okay, we just Shadow Ball here, for sure. Definitely just a Shadow Ball here. There's maybe a way we could still take this. We do not get the kill. That is really bad. But oh, there was never a world where we got the kill. Okay. Gonna go into Ogerpon here. And Cudgel. Probopass might be the hero we need here. I think I'd go into Probopass here and we try to get up rocks. Okay, that went well. That went well. This is good. I think I do set rocks here. Probopass is likely not to hit KO'd. Okay, they are going for it. They are going for it. Probopass, you just got pretty high rolled, buddy. Don't get high rolled again. Yes, Probopass, thank you so much. You absolutely saved us again. Probopass, you are a freaking legend. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Get the Volt Switch off. Beautiful. I think we can just go into this and SD, I think. I think this thing only has, like, Tickle. Yeah, you have nothing you can really go into here. I'm just going to sub, I think, as Wheezing comes in, and we can just Ivy Cudgel that twice. Yeah, thank you so much, Probopass. Took an absolute min roll that second time around. We can Ivy Cudgel you twice, and then I think we win the game. Yeah, really bad plays by me with that Dragapult. I really should have played that a lot better, honestly. But Probopass ended up saving us. It happens. I threw 2 versus Corv. Bad plays all around. Rip. We'll do better next time. GG. Okay. Hey, well, we got it. We got the win. Obviously, that was a pretty close one. We got it, though. The nose. Yeah, Probopass has saved 2 games, so credit where it's due. It's doing what it needs to do. I'm still wondering if the treads should be replaced by Tusk. Kind of think it should be. We're facing Auburn Hills. The classic. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, it is live. So I always forget. I'm going to pull up their team on my phone. So if I don't respond, if I don't see any, like, donations or any messages in chat, sorry. Umbreon SVOU teams. Yeah, I'm going to be pulling this up quickly. Let's get this poke paste up. Seeing Wanawa's first comment on this RMT, didn't I kind of farm you with Orthworm? Nice job, though, anyways. Wow. We gotta work on your manners, kid. Team here. Okay, here we go. Everybody say hi to Auburn Hills. Chat says hi, probably. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Right, so we got the Morning Sun, Fiery Dance, D-Gleam, Discharge, Moth. It's pretty whack, but okay. Honestly, pretty good against our team, though. Lol, tell Pinka to fix this team. Oh, yeah, did you submit it? I'm accepting submissions again. For another vid. Spadef Umbreon with T-Wave. Terrawater. Garchomp. Scarf Gold. E-Speed. Looks like Dragapult could take this game. Potentially. Cool. If you resubmit, I'll take a look. I think you said it was too weird, lol. MB. It might, I mean, it might be, because there are some teams I look at, I'm just like, I don't even know where I would start with improving this. It's so whack, but okay. Also could just, honestly could just win with Ogerpon. That looks pretty feasible too. Probopass doesn't have a ton of utility here. How much does Iron Moth, speed boosting Iron Moth do to Treads if we wanted to lead with it? Would it kill? It would kill. Okay, good to know. Yeah, Iron Moth lead is kind of a menace. It is. Does Ninetales die? Maybe that's the play. It does not. It does not die. We could lead Tails and just click Veil. I think that's probably the play. If they lead gold, we go out into Treads. Okay, fine. That's fine with me. Sludge Wave comes out, fine. Okay, so yeah, this one is Sludge Wave, Mortal Spin, Sludge EP. Could we go Paltier and DD? This Glamora. Let me check this. We could sub up. There's a chance it goes for Mortal Spin right here. I don't think it's super likely, but there's a chance it goes for Mortal Spin right here. I think we chance it. Yep, EP, please don't get a Spadef drop. Okay, beautiful. I'm going to sub up now. Okay, awesome. Yep, on the Mortal Spin, perfect. I believe that Mortal Spin does so little and EP will not drop. Awesome. Now we can DD. Yeah, and this is Spadef Umbreon, so I'm so down to DD again. And then sub. Like, I will do this. No problem. Yeah, and now we could Terra Dragon, I believe, in one-shot this. Is that worthwhile? We do give up our... But then we could just kind of Phantom Force through the entire team, though. So I think we do. I think we do this. Yeah. I think we could then just Phantom Force through the entire team. And because, like, what is this Goldengo Terra? Terra flying, so, like, you're not living a Phantom Force. Yeah. Well, yeah. Looks like Dragapult's getting us where we need to be. It's Sash Glamora, but obviously it's not going to force me out or anything. It's Terra Ghost, so we can just click darts here. Could have clicked Phantom Force for extra healing, not really necessary. This is Terra Normal, so I have no reason not to just click Dragon Darts here. I believe this will kill. I believe this will kill. Yeah, 1 and 2, down you go. GG, that is good game. All right, 3-0, not bad. So don't be too greedy this time. Nah. Yeah. No, the legend of Auburn Hills is that they've been using the same 6 Pokemon on ladder for like 3 years, just trying to make this one squad with Umbreon work. Yeah. Pult has been going crazy. I told you guys, I really wanted to use it, but it just can't work with Kingambit everywhere. But like this, I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. But yeah, I think there's a solid shot we end up switching this to Grimmsnarl Tusk. Which would be just, you know, Grimmsnarl Tusk. Alright, HF. Whoops. Low-key, we can kind of Dragapult on this team again, I think. I think we can. Especially with... What am I trying to say? Especially with Clear Body to help with webs is really cool. I think we just start up with Ninetales and set up a Veil. And then from there, we can probably just switch hard into Dragapult. I consider the Ogerpon SD lead plan, but that, I think, has other issues here. Yeah, let's go into Pult right away. And that's why Pult is nasty, folks. Correct. Air Balloon on Petrant would help against these kinds of teams, though. Against webs. Changes to Pult patch version. Air balloon patch for webs MU, and what was the other change? I think that was it. I think that was the only thing I noted there. Dragapult comes in. Can you please stay in Araquanid? That'd be cool. You switch into Ival. That's not so good. We do. I mean, hold on though. This isn't horrible. No, it's pretty horrible. Yeah, we don't want to scrap with this. We can go Petrant here. Bro, it's not this. Yeah, okay, like Shadow Ball. How much is that doing? Petrant is still taking... Like, what is this set, though, dude? Like, booster energy? What calcs are you showing me? Okay. I think we can just go Petrant here and throw up a Malignant Chain. Should be fine. Petrant's not really good for anything else. Okay, unfortunate we get Special Attack dropped immediately. That kind of sucks, but it should be fine. I mean, it's Moonblast, right? Like, what are you going to do? Yeah, I guess the Special Attack drop is annoying for that, because now they could double Calm Mind, or we have a chance to not kill. Petrant, you better kill here or get the poison. If you don't kill and you don't get the poison, okay, good. Fair enough. I'll take that Petrant. I'll take that Petrant. I'll accept that outcome. Okay. I don't think this is that helpful for anything. I'm totally down to click Shadow Ball here. Okay, unfortunate that we died. That was either... No, that couldn't have happened. This is Modest, and that was a pretty good roll on Modest. Obviously a little frustrating there, but it happens. So we've got a couple options here. I'm thinking I like the idea of just going Treads and clicking Knockoff, because it hits everything super hard here. And I don't think this Goldengo is expecting to get hit super hard. And we have 2 turns of Veil, which is pretty much perfect for this scenario. Their Fairy type is also dead, so DD Terra Dragon Pult is looking excellent if we can take out this gold, especially. We've got to be aware of Raging Bolt, though. That's definitely a pretty significant threat, especially if we're letting our Treads get, you know, weakened right now. Okay, Araquanid just comes in. We get rid of the Custap Berry. Cool. There are a few approaches here. I think the smartest play is just to go Ninetales and reset Veil. If they call us out and double gold, really good play on their part. But yeah, I figured they wouldn't. Double gold on their part there actually would have been a really smart play because it covered the Ninetales switch and the Rapid Spin. But I figured they wouldn't do it and they didn't. So hey, worked out. Okay. I don't want to let Treads get too weakened for Bolt, so I think we can go Ogerpon here to kind of threaten this guy. Seems fine. We could Terra Water. I'm trying to think if that's worthwhile. I think I like keeping Terra Ghosts available. And Shadow Ball from Modest Gold here is going to 2-hit KO, which is annoying, though. Maybe we do Terra Ghost. Or, excuse me, not Terra Ghost. Maybe we do Terra Water. But then I think that leaves Sarah Ledge kind of a massive issue. We could, like, Horn Leech. No, it's not going to do enough. Let's just Ivy Cudgel. Maybe we get a critical. Okay, they switch. Super confused by the switch. I think that was kind of a throw. Really happy to see it, though. I think we go into Treads here. We click Rapid Spin. That was, like, really, really good for us. I'm so down to go into Dragapult here. You don't even know. Like, I'm so down to make this play. Beautiful. Let's DD. Actually, or do we want to sub here? Is sub just better? I think sub is honestly better because of the Goldengo. Now we can Phantom Force and we can, you know, instead of us being in a position where we're super vulnerable to Terra, now we're not, which is why I went for the sub there. So I feel like that was a smart play on my part, actually. I know I have a tendency to occasionally get a little bit greedy, but I didn't get too greedy that time. Surf does break us here, so I think the correct play is to Phantom Force, just so we can get a little more healing, and then finish off this Arachnid. Knocking off that Cuss Step area earlier was really nice. Endure? Okay, that's, like, fine if you want to do that. I guess I'll just darts this time. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I get even more health, actually, with them clicking Endure. So I think it's gotta be Dragon Dance here. And then next turn we, yeah. I'm just going to click darts. I don't think we need to make any reads. I don't think we're going to see a crazy Terra Fairy come out here. Like, we could sub to Scout, but I think we'd just be losing health for no reason. It wouldn't be much health, though. Is it worth the Scout? Is it worth subbing to Scout? I don't think so. Yeah, okay, good thing we didn't sub. I mean, honestly, no, subbing there kind of would have been fine, but okay, it worked out fine. I don't think we stay in here, honestly. We could Terra Dragon Darts for the 2-hit KO, but it very well might just turn out to be Terra Fairy, is the trouble there. Could go Treads. Gets 2-hit KO'd. Let's think here. Say we Phantom Force in the gold Terras. Can we win with, like, another Pokemon? I don't think we can. I think we really do need this. I think we really do both need and want this Dragapult to be around. But at the same time, it's probably not going to Terra Fairy Declaim. So the idea of Terra Dragon Darts here, I think, might be actually the safest path to win this game. Because we can 2-hit KO the Goldengo. Or we can Terra Dragon, then we sub to Scout. So that's an option. It might also Nasty Plot here. And then I think we win from there, barring anything insane happening. And I don't suspect it's Terra Fairy. If we Terra Dragon Darts here and it clicks Terra Fairy on this very turn, that'd be the worst case scenario, but I really don't see that happening this turn. I don't see that happening this turn. I think they do it next turn after we Phantom Force, would be the idea. So yeah, and if we switch out and they Nasty Plot here and then they Terra Fairy, I think that could end up being too much. So I think I will Terra Dragon Darts. And we do not see the Terra Fairy come out, so that's good news. Hopefully they click Shadow Ball here and not any like Terra Fairy nonsense. They do make it rain, which is a good play on their part. Pretty scary for us. Fairy. If they Terra Fairy here, are we cooked or are we okay? I think we're okay if they Terra Fairy here, and I really suspect they're not now that I'm seeing more of their set. We could also Phantom Force, but if they recover and then they Terra into something, then we'd be in trouble because we wouldn't actually kill. So let's darts again. DOS, you don't outspeed me, so I don't really know what you're doing, unless you're LO Extreme Speed, which would be crazy play. Let's dart. Yeah, you're not LO Extreme Speed. Okay, and we'll darts again here. I don't think Shadow Sneak kills. Beautiful, it does not. Dragapult once again doing it, folks. Winning against a pretty high 1900s player there. And doing that, yeah. So someone who in the chat just said just Phantom Force. No, because then if we just Phantom Forced, the Goldengo could have recovered as we Phantom Forced, which I'm sure is what our opponent clicked there, because recover was objectively the right play if you had it there. And then they could have like Terra Watered and then lived and killed us, which would have been bad. So, okay, that went really well. 4-0 currently, pretty high ladder. Yeah, the Dragapult is absolute MVP. So I'm feeling like this Probopass plus DD Pult idea seriously has potential. Yeah, I think the opponent there, when they went into Dio, were like faking E-speed and hoping I would just switch out and they could click Nasty Plot, which is a fair play. Like when you're in a really bad spot and you're like, there's nothing I can do about this, hope your opponent throws. That is the right play to make, is hoping your opponent throws. So I honestly totally respect the way my opponent went about that endgame. I think they were right to do so. Yeah, and there was, had they gone into Saraledge first, and Shadow Sneaked and gone for the roll, if they killed me, it was just an easy Probopass, T-Wave, Volt Switch, Alola, Tails, Veil, and then just finish the game with Ogerpon, so that wouldn't have really worked for them either. So I think just faking having E-Speed and hoping I throw and switch out was their best call. Their best play there. So, HF. And yeah, like some people saying, Probopass has been good. It has saved half of our games, completely saved it. And if our opponent had made the Saraledge play there, Probopass would have been essential in saving that previous game. Yeah, no, Probopass is doing well. It's actually, it's legitimately, genuinely performing well. It's performing well. I think Dragapult is probably not the hero this game. I'm thinking Wellspring is more likely the hero. Yeah, this matchup's a little weird. The Heatran makes things a bit awkward. Petulant, our Nasty Plot Petulant looks like it could go crazy as well. I cannot begin to comprehend how you got to top 30 with a Probopass. Well, I'm only 4 games in, but am I about to be in a YouTube video? No, but you are on a live stream. You might end up being on a YouTube video if people really like Probopass. But yeah, this is, let's see here. The question is, what lead do we prep for? Do we lead Ogerpon into the Heatran, or do we just lead Tails? It's a good question. Yeah, but I feel like if we get screens up, Ogerpon and Petulant are, like, actually, honestly, it's Petulant. Petulant is the real Pokemon here that's looking like it could just, like, go crazy and destroy everything. Maybe we lead Dragapult, because that honestly matches up decently well into both Rillaboom and Comfey. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, they did lead with the Rillaboom. Probably going to eat a knockoff here, so I think we can go into Treads to counter that. Because I'm thinking they might suspect I'm screens, but I don't think you U-turn out on a Pult like that. I don't think you do. Yeah, click knockoff, beautiful, there we go. Because now we can click Ice Spinner. Okay, I'll take that. Good damage on Rilla. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't see that coming. I think getting this thing chipped is maybe worth it. Maybe, I think we just click knockoff here. Remove the terrain extender. Our opponent will not like that. That'll put a lot of pressure on them later in this game. Cool. Yeah, and they're going to knock off, but now we get up our Aurora Veil. So that's pretty nice. Yep, Heatran comes in, makes sense. I figured that would be the play here, there, and then we can go into our Wellspring. Magma Storm miss is unfortunate. I am just going to click SD. Go Petra Run. We can, we could, Link Chain. We could Terra Water. We don't really need to Terra Petra Run into a Fairy type to win with it, so I'm down to, but I don't want. I think I Terra Water Cudgel here. Thing is, if we Terra and then sub and then they go Lucha. No, but the Lucha's probably not fast. It's definitely not fast enough. So we can Terra Water sub here is the right play, because they could not Parting Shot and Encore us with Lucha. That's not a possibility. Okay, and that Malignant Chain just did 0, basically. Unless they're special attack invested. And if they are special attack invested, we should be able to kill with a Cudgel. So I think our correct play here is to Cudgel. Let's see. We do get the kill. Beautiful. And we can just Horn Leech here. We have Veil still up, so you have nothing that kills us at all. Not even close. Yeah, 2 Horn Leeches will do it. We can click Ivy Cudgel here. Your CC, you have to get a critical hit. Okay, they're going for the Encore. That was actually a really smart play. They should have clicked SD there, though. That was bad. We Horn Leech here. You might have Flash Fire. I don't think even that would help you at this point. Yeah, Wellspring's broken. Oh, yeah, Terra Grass. That's worse, dude. You're going to take more. What are you doing? That's worse. Oh, you have Solar. Okay, that's why you did. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. That was kind of hype. I can respect the Terra Grass Power Herb Solar Beam. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'll give it up. But we should just be able to go Tails, Veil, and then win with Petra Run is the plan at this point. Yeah, they do Magma Storm. They do hit. I'll just click Freeze Dry is fine. Okay, we get to keep Tails alive, which is nice too. Yeah, Comfey comes in. You are, yeah, especially with Terra burned, you are not doing anything with Comfey, I'm afraid. Nasty Plot, yeah, you're not. No, Stored Pat, yeah. Okay, yeah. So booster attack, if they critical hit us here with Headlong Rush, that's threatening. Everything else is not threatening. So our play is to Malignant Chain, so we have a chance for that Poison plus Confusion to just shut them down. No critical hit happens, so that is that's going to be game right there. I'm not going to say GG till the Comfey goes down, because I don't know what other... Okay, there we go. There's the GG. All right. GG. Yeah, so because we didn't get critical hit. Also, let's talk about the fact that we haven't gotten, like, critical hit a ton today. That's really nice, because obviously screens hate getting critical hit. We haven't been getting critical hit like crazy. Also, we're really close to 300 concurrent viewers. It's been a long time since we got that. So if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to like for the Probopass. We are currently 5-0, doing pretty well. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, I was shocked when I saw Terra Grass come out, but then yeah, killed. That was something. That was something. Did you need? They probably did need to Terra Grass to kill. Ogrepon's so fat, so broken. I hate it so much. But it's nice to be on the using side of a Wellspring. Yeah, the lack of Prio hasn't been a huge issue yet. I suspect it still may be. I think this team, I think what this shows is that Probopass plus Pult, or maybe just DD Pult in general, has a lot of maybe untapped potential. There are other ways you can go about this kind of team too. You can have just Pokemon that pressure Kingambit. So, you know, there are other ways we could go about this, but I think if the stream has taught us anything, it's that Dragapult is really good. So we're facing okay, 2008. We're facing someone pretty darn high ladder here. I think I faced this team a couple times before. I do like the look of DD Pult once again. I like the look of SD Ogrepon as well. I think there are a lot of ways we could go about this. I think as far as leads go, I'm okay to just start with Tails, is fine. How much is Meteor Beam doing? Okay, not killing. Is this a Scarf Glamora team though, guys? Red card Glamora? Okay, in that case, we'll Veil up. Okay, Rocks is fine. We could Encore here. Doesn't really get us a ton. I think I'd rather just go Hard Treads. Gambit? Okay, totally cool with that. It's Rapid Spin. All right, sure. Let's go Pecharunt. So what I'd like to do here is Nasty Plot. Okay, interesting. It's red card, you said, right? Let's just Shadow Ball and get rid of that red card so we can kind of handle this later. Okay. That's kind of a frustrating Pokemon to get brought out. I think we can just go back into Treads, though. It's fine. And I'll Rapid Spin here again. I think that's fine, too. Okay, yeah, that worked out okay. And I'm down to go Pecharunt again. Knockoff? Okay, fair enough. That Glamora is probably, what, max HP then? How much is our Shadow Ball doing? No, it's more than max HP. It's max HP and a little bit of special defense, unless +2 changes things for some reason. No, it's max HP and a little bit of Spadef. I guess we can just recover here. Probably Glamora comes in. I'll go Tails here on the likely Encore. Okay. Yeah, okay, awesome. And I think I like Freeze Drying here. Yeah, I was expecting them to knock off because I think they really don't... I think their team, they know they're very threatened by Veil, so I figured they'd go for that. And it's Probopass time, I believe. Okay, beautiful. Probopass, time to do your thing, buddy. We could... Here's a question. Do we... Terra Fighting here. Now we're gaming. Thank you. $5 from Justin Waxman. Very much appreciate that. Somebody should tell me here if this Kingambit has low kick. If you guys know this team. If anyone knows this team. I'm going to wait in chat, see if we can get some information on this Gambit. Is this low kick? Is this going to be low kick? Do you get these off-meta picks on suggestions from chat, or do you make them up on imagination? This idea was because someone did it before. Someone's used Probopass before with success, but I thought the team was a little outdated, and I honestly didn't like the sweepers on it. Like, I felt like it was a cool idea, but I think it could have been better executed. So this one I got an idea from a guy on the RMT forums. And people saying no in chat. Okay, cool. Most of my ideas I make up on my own. Some I get people send me ideas, which is really cool too. Okay, we're going to Body Press, and that should be it for Gambit here. Adios, Kingambit. Probopass. Yes, sir. This is exactly what we need to be seeing, and I love that we're seeing it. It's beautiful. Okay. Booster Speed is kind of threatening here. That's kind of threatening here. I'm worried about this thing starting to nasty, like, you know, boost up with bulk up. Does anybody know if this is bulk up? Yeah, because this could legitimately be scary. If only Tails Snow didn't run out like this very turn, it'd be fine. I think the play we have to go into is Pecharunt. Yeah, and then we click Malignant Chain here. How many... Okay, awesome. They taunted us. That is beautiful. Please poison, Pecharunt. Please poison. Yes, Pecharunt. Yes! Yes, Pecharunt. Thank you so much. You are showing up today, Pecharunt. Thank you so much. Okay, I think I just sacked Probopass here. I don't see it as being super valuable this game. We can get some helmet chip off on it. Okay, beautiful. Tusk getting... let's set up rocks. Yeah, okay, we do see the EQ come out. That's fine. And we can now just get up a Veil. Okay, good taunt. Fair enough. I don't know why I just, like, blanked on that, but... yeah, that was a good taunt. I guess I should have just probably clicked Freeze Dry, eh? But it's fine. We don't want to end up in a situation where we get kind of caught with nothing to do against a Kyurem. So I'm unfortunately thinking we probably go Pecharunt here. Just to make sure we don't end up in a bad spot against the Kyurem. So let's go into that. Going to click Stone Edge, which is a pretty weird play there, but I'm happy to see it. Okay, we absolutely just click Malignant Chain. It is DD. Obviously that can get scary. We do not get it this time. Can't really complain. Icicle Spear comes out. Makes sense. Probably got to be Ninetales here. I think it's got to be Ninetales and Veil. Terrablast Fire. That is not good news. Okay. I think Ogerpon... Can Ogerpon take a scale shot? I actually don't think it can. Yeah, this is really bad. Okay, I think we lose. I think we do lose to the DD Terrafire Kyurem. So maybe maybe the play was preserving, I guess, Probopass. No, I don't think it. I think it would have taken too much. Yeah, no, I think the Terrablast... Could I have Terra Normaled the Ninetales? Could I have Terra Normaled and survived? I could have, so that was probably the play in retrospect. But yeah, now we're in quite a pickle. I mean, Ogerpon has a chance to live. Yeah, I don't think there's a... I mean, as I said, yeah, we can go into Ogerpon and hope it's like not scale shot, I guess, is another possibility. Yeah, I guess I should have Terra Normaled. But let's see. I think we do Terra Water here. I believe that's the right play. Just in case it doesn't have scale shot, but we should be losing here. Let's see. It is indeed scale shot. We do indeed die. GG. Yeah, unfortunate. Terra Blast Fire. Didn't see it coming. I think Kyurem should be banned. Obviously, it's a super scummy Pokemon, but it is what it is. Yeah, let's see. Specs Pulp. I guess we could change it to Terra Water. Just go with the standard Terra Water set. That might help a little bit. Yeah, I should have. It was honestly, that was really my bad. I totally should have just Terra Normal Tails there, and we would have been fine. So that's my bad. Terra Treads and then EQ. Bro, Terra Dark doesn't save us from anything. It would have still died. Died to both a Terra Blast Fire and an Icicle Spear. Yeah, that Kyurem set does seem kind of broken. Low-key, I think if I'd preserved Probopass, it could have gotten us out of that situation. So I should have been more aware of DD Terrablast Fire Kyurem. Yeah, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see DD Terrablast Fire coming. At all. Well, no, I'm not reading chat as I'm playing. I'm focusing on the game. Like the stream if you're enjoying, though. Probopass still doing big things, and we've got to respect that. And someone told me it was Scarf. It's fine. I wasn't looking at chat. If you gave me good information or bad information, I didn't see it. Yeah, no prio is a bit of a questionable play. Cloyster would have kind of helped us there out too, but I just can't find a way to make it work. But okay, we're facing this team again with a different guy. 18. So we kind of get to rematch, which is poetic. I like that. I think I'm down to start with Tails again. We'll Veil up. Mortal Spit, fair enough. I don't really mind. I'll just Encore, and now I think we can go into Petulant. Looks really good. Okay, interesting. That's nasty plot. Let's go hard. Probopass. Please don't switch out here. Oh no, they got us. Dude, oh, that sucks. Okay, well, it happens. Probably Earth Power here. I think we can go into our own Wellspring and sub up and start being annoying. Yep. That's SD. They have Encore, Speed Tie. Come on, dude, come on, Wellspring. Come on, dude. Our Wellspring just being trash. Yeah, that sucks. Like, you're going to, I imagine you're going to U-turn here. So I guess we can go into our treads, but yeah, that's not good either. We can Rapid Spin, I suppose, here. And just get Ivy Cudgeled. Yeah, but that blows. Dude, that sucks. No, we're getting gamed on here. I didn't think after a Nasty Plot they'd go into Glamora. I guess I should have Nasty Plotted again to kind of like force the play we wanted, but it happens. Let's go Ogerpon here. Losing the Speed Tie did suck, though. That definitely did suck. We'll go for Horn Leech here. Okay, and I'll go for a Horn Leech again. Yeah, we win those Speed Ties for all the good that does us. We won those Speed Ties. Okay. Now I know what evil things this Kyurem wants to do. Hold up. So it's going to be like 4 or 5 hits. Could we SD and then Horn Leech is an idea. Like SD, Terawatt, or Horn Leech. I feel like that's worth trying. Let's do it. Let's just regular Horn Leech. Okay, it's going to be Icicle Spear. All right, now I think we go into Probopass. Yeah, that'll allow us to SD into Terawatt or Cudgel next time, which is nice. And yeah, I'll Body Press here. Glamora comes in. We get red carded into... I mean, that works out pretty well, honestly. It's Nasty Plot. Yeah, that was honestly really quite fortunate. Okay, I didn't think you had... I don't know why I didn't think you had that, but okay. Let's do it again. Please work this time. Okay, come on, Probopass. Do what you got to do, buddy. We don't have Veil anymore, which is really bad. And you got critical hit, Probopass! Dude, Probopass would have killed there. I would have killed him. We probably would have won. Well, maybe not probably would have won. That would have been tricky, but, well, that sucks. Yeah. Oof, that sucks. Okay, yeah, that's a tough matchup. That's a tough matchup for us, that team. Why is it a tough matchup is the tricky part. I mean, well, okay, that time, I mean, we got kind of screwed over that time. No, honestly, it's not. I feel like we just lost a ton of plays. Yeah, we just lost a ton of plays. We lost a ton of plays, and then we got bad luck. And no, okay, all I will say, if we won that Speed Tie, it was game over right there. If we won that Speed Tie against their Ogerpon, it was game. In that very moment, it was game over. So that was pretty bad. Should I maybe have Terawatt Horn Leech there? But then they might have just clicked Scale Shot, which is why I didn't do that. But maybe I should have just been more bold. Okay, we got that kill. Probopass got critical hit, and then yeah, we just lost from there. I don't know. I feel like the treads has been kind of not great. I think we can switch it out for a Tusk, and that might be a little better. Helps us against Kingambit, a little stronger against a lot of stuff, honestly. Better against Wellspring too, because we can go with close combat. We can go like Rapid Spin. Headlong Rush. Do we want to go Ice Spinner, or can we run like close combat here? I think I kind of like that, because I don't think our team really struggles at all against Gliscor. It is a little bit annoying against Landorus, I suppose. Go with that. Let's try this. I think that'll help us with some stuff, and actually this makes Raging Bolt a little bit scarier, but we'll see. Yeah, but no, if we won the Ogerpon speed tie, it was just game over right there. We win. So that's kind of why I went for it. It was because it was a chance to auto win. Maybe I shouldn't have been so greedy. No, but I couldn't have Horn Leeched on the Glamora because then I would have just gotten red carded out, which would have sucked. No, different people, same team. It's not the same person. Yeah, probably. So I guess possible changes. Try to add Prio, Cloyster. I really want to find a way to make it fit. It's just so tough to do. But Cloyster would have helped us out in quite a few of our tricky situations. All right, let's see. We got this guy. Looks like Pecharunt just destroys this team, is what it looks like. Especially because we can trap the Klefki. That's really, really good. I like that. I like that we can T-Wave everything with our Probopass. I think I want to start with Tails and just get up Veil on both sides. And then I'm down to go into Probopass and start Thunder Waving stuff. If they go into Klefki here, that'd be awesome. We could just kill it right away. Oh, I searched with Treads. Whoops, it's fine. Let's see if we can get it. Okay, it's Latias. All right, I'll T-Wave still. That's fine. And let's just Volt Switch out of here. Beautiful. Let's go into our Dragapult. Let's DD. Getting paralyzed every day of the week. Love to see it. Let's DD again. Klefki comes in. Probopass. It's your time to shine, buddy. And you are trapped, Klefki. Yeah, we're going to body press you. Then we're going to rock up. Body press again. Reflect. We are going to stall out these reflect turns. You better believe. Yeah. And we're going to spam T-Wave. We will attack when reflect is close to running out. Actually, ooh, no, I have a better play. We go Treads and we spin, I think is better. Because then, yeah, that's better. That's better. We go Treads and we spin. Because the Klefki can't come back in. To get out of this trap of us going Treads and spinning, they'd have to Terra Ghost, which I really don't think they want to do. So we T-Wave, then we don't Volt Switch. We hard switch to Treads here. And then we Rapid. Actually, they might survive that. Okay, I was going to say, I on second thought, I was like, hold up, Klefki might live a Rapid Spin, but no, it looks like it would not have. Cool. Okay, that went well. And I think we just go Pecharunt here. Pecharunt looks pretty good. There's a Trailblaze, which is what we love to see. And I can just go for Malignant Chain. You are not... I don't think this is going to work out for you. Yeah, no, it's definitely not. Okay, we probably... I guess we could have been a bit more cautious there. That honestly could have gone poorly with... because our Pult no longer outsped. And if this thing Terra Watered... Well, it would have had to Terra Water and be like Adamant. Wow, Terra Water Adamant kind of is the set, though. Yeah, we might have been in trouble there if we didn't get good luck on that. I'm going to recover. Yeah, and it turned out to just confuse itself. Beautiful. That's good luck. I think our opponent is truly and well cooked now. I'm going to turn on the timer. Yeah, I don't think there's any way out of this for our opponent. We should probably go into our Alola Ninetales and also get Veil going. Cool. I don't know why they wanted to encore. Oh, they were encoring us into Recover. For a second, I was like, why are you encoring us into Malignant Chain? Where's a Ghost move on Pult? It's right there. It's Phantom Force. Okay, here, what do we want to go into? Go Pecharunt here and start clicking. Oh, Misty Terrain. Very interesting. That's very interesting. Well, if we can't get status, let's go right into Dragapult. Oh no, but then that's going to weaken our darts as well. Okay. They're looking to... They're angling for a tidy up. Our Probopass makes this thing a complete non-issue. Let's go into this guy and just start clicking Malignant Chain, I guess. It's not gonna... Let's go Probopass now. They're getting a little too excited. Bite is doing 0. But let's still body press. Yeah, Bite's doing absolutely nothing. Awesome, now we can set up Stealth Rock. I think a wise play for them would be to encore us here. Yep, that was smart. That was good. Yeah, Misty Terrain is wild though. I don't know what my opponent's cooking here at all. I truly don't. Okay. I feel like Dragapult. No, but they have the whole Misty. Let's just go Ogre Pawn on this. The fact that they're actually still trying to pull off this Latias thing is crazy with the amount of like debuffs they have going on right now. Like I'm just gonna SD again. Yeah, you're getting bad luck, don't get me wrong, but this was also super greedy of you to try to pull off. You were never ever getting through. Yeah, you were never getting through with a paralyzed Latias. Like the only way that worked is if you agility'd and I was like, let me go treads and knock off and give you your weakness policy. And that, yeah, no, which I wasn't going to do. I wasn't going to give you the weakness policy. If I was going to give you the weakness policy, it would be with a move that kills. And I think our opponent is disconnected. I don't think they want to play anymore, which is valid. And yeah, they've lost here. At this point, they've definitely lost. Unless their Okie Dokie could like pull a miracle and get past a nasty plot Petulant and screens, which it wouldn't. Spoiler alert, wasn't going to happen. I think I don't think this was a disconnect. I think they fully turned off their computer, which is fine. Good game. I'll say GG anyway. I get it. We've all had those moments. Okay, 6-2 is the final record. Pretty good. Got into like good, solid 1900s. One of the losses was pretty bad luck. The other one was just questionable playing on my part. I really should have Terra Normaled that Alola Ninetales against the Kyurem. It was at that point in the game that I think I should have been aware of it. And yeah. At the same time, if it just like went for Icicle Spear, that would have been really bad if I Terra Normaled. So maybe it's not a black and white issue. I guess we should maybe make this. Yeah, there are a couple changes we can make to this team. Potentially Grimmsnarl is a good idea. Yeah, potentially Grimmsnarl. The Grimmsnarl just being so we can, you know, have an actual Dragapult resist. I'd love to be able to find some way in the world to fit in Cloyster here. It'd be super awesome if we could somehow fit in Cloyster. DD Dragapult's really good. I think we all learned that lesson today. It's really, really good. And I think I do like Tusk here better than Treads, even though we didn't play any games with it, because it gives us a little extra insurance against Kingambit. Because counting on Probopass completely is not awesome. Like, even if the Kingambit does Terra to get past Probopass, then we're still kind of terrible against Kingambit, so I think Tusk is a good move here. But yeah, Probopass was good in that last game, too. Totally shutting down that Klefki was awesome. And yeah, the DD Pult was excellent. DD Pult was excellent. So I think that's the lesson here. The question is Probopass worth using is kind of a different question, though. It was helpful in some games. I think with the right team, I could see Probopass being worth using. At the same time, there are other ways of dealing with Kingambit, right? This is why I often say I think Magnezone is garbage. Is because in a lot of cases, you can just pressure steals. Like, yeah, like you can't trap and kill a Ferrothorn, but you can have on your team like an SD Wellspring that could chip. Oh, geez. That could chip down a Pharaoh. So we could just have a Pokemon that's designed to wear down Kingambit. Like it could be a nasty plot, make it Rain Goldengo, or it could be, you know, I guess that's the thing though. There aren't that many Pokemon that reliably you can count on to wearing down Kingambit because people just don't want to bring their Gambit in. They don't want to bring their Gambit on the field. Yeah. What dropped to you, UBL? I don't think anything from OU dropped to UBL, unless Meowscarada was OU before and I just missed it. Was Garchomp OU before? I don't, maybe it was. But yeah, Probopass, it does do that reliable job of trapping Kingambit, but whether it's worth it or not really depends on what else it can do. it was helpful a few times as just a physical wall. It would have been good had I preserved it, which I should have, for the possibility of DD Curem, right? It would have been good. And we could even put Terra Ghost on it, make it good against Zamazenta. It could be good against A-Trot leads. It could be. I think Probopass might be good enough, kind of on its own merit, that it is worth using. So we can experiment further with it. I do think this warrants a part 2. It was pretty good. I know I will not try Power Trip Corb. I think that set's horrible. I might play it at some point with like a taunt variant, but I generally think it's pretty horrible. And yeah, I think it's worth trying again. I really wish we could fit on Cloyster. I think Cloyster would have helped us so much. Like against that Curem team that we kept having issues with, I think Cloyster just straight up farmed, which is really nice. Yeah, pass seems useful if you want to specifically hard counter most Kingambit and maybe some teams exactly like that. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it's worth trying. We can test some other variations of the team, but I really liked DD Pult. Petront was pretty good too. I like the Nasty Plot Petront. Wellspring is just like, if you're not running Wellspring on screens, what are you doing? It's a Wellspring. It's absolutely freaking busted. Yeah, thank you guys for joining. We'll try to end this on time. Let's do this in 3, 2, 1.